Have you ever lain awake at night pondering over the question, what would happen if the Earth stopped spinning? Imagine for a moment, our planet, spinning on its axis at a speed of approximately 1,000 miles per hour, suddenly ceases its rotation. The consequences of such an event are far-reaching and beyond what we might initially envision. Our Earth's rotation is not just responsible for the cycle of day and night that we're so accustomed to, but it also significantly influences our weather patterns, ocean currents, and even the very shape of our planet. The rotation speed of the Earth plays a critical role in our day-to-day lives, often in ways we take for granted. Picture a world where these fundamental aspects are drastically altered. The results are indeed intriguing, yet terrifying. But don't worry, this scenario is purely hypothetical. So, let's dive straight into this mind-boggling scenario and unravel the consequences. Imagine a sudden halt. Everything that isn't firmly attached to the ground would continue moving at the same speed, around 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. The immediate aftermath of this abrupt stop would be nothing short of apocalyptic. Picture the most devastating hurricane you can think of, and then multiply it several times over. The air, still spinning at its original speed, would whip into a destructive frenzy, creating winds that would flatten everything in their path. Inertia, the property of matter that keeps it moving until an external force acts upon it, would be the culprit behind this chaos. The Earth's crust would stop, but everything unattached, including the oceans and the atmosphere, would continue moving. This would result in massive waves, some possibly kilometers high, surging over the land masses. These monstrous waves, along with the hurricane-force winds, would hurl untold amounts of debris around, causing widespread devastation. Entire cities would be leveled, forests uprooted, and mountains could even be worn down by the sheer force of the wind and water. But the destruction wouldn't be confined to the surface alone. The Earth's crust, suddenly relieved of the centrifugal force that had been counteracting gravity, would crumple under its own weight. This could trigger earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, adding to the already catastrophic scenario. Keep in mind, this is just the immediate aftermath. The consequences of the Earth coming to a standstill would be far more lasting and severe. The very fabric of life as we know it would be threatened. So, the next time you feel the solid Earth beneath your feet, remember the incredible forces at work that keep our world spinning. It's a delicate balance and one that we often take for granted. But the chaos doesn't end here, it's just the beginning. Now let's delve into the geological and climatic implications of a non-spinning Earth. First up, we have to understand that our planet isn't a perfect sphere. It's an oblate spheroid, slightly squashed at the poles and bulging at the equator due to its rotation. But if the Earth were to stop spinning, gravity would pull everything evenly towards the center. Over time, Earth would morph into a perfect sphere. This transformation would cause a massive redistribution of the oceans. The water would migrate from the poles towards the equator, forming a giant superocean around the middle of the planet. The polar regions, on the other hand, would be left as vast, dry land masses. Now let's talk climate. You see, our planet's rotation plays a crucial role in our weather patterns. It's the reason we have winds, ocean currents, and even the cycle of day and night. But if the Earth stood still, all of that would change. One side of Earth would face the sun perpetually, baking under a never-ending daylight. This would create a scorching desert, with temperatures soaring high enough to boil the oceans away. On the flip side, the other half of our planet would be in eternal darkness, plunged into a freezing, pitch-black void. This side would become a frozen wasteland, with temperatures plummeting to unimaginable lows. The boundary between these two extremes would likely be a narrow strip of twilight. This region might experience some extreme and unpredictable weather due to the contrasting temperatures on either side. In this new world, traditional weather patterns as we know them would cease to exist. The constant sunlight on one side and perpetual darkness on the other would disrupt the atmospheric circulation, leading to drastically different climate zones. While this paints a rather grim picture, the long-term effects are even more intriguing. So how would life fare on this drastically altered Earth? In the long run, in a non-spinning Earth, the existence of life as we know it hangs in the balance. A thin habitable belt may form around the equator, where the temperature is not too extreme. The remaining life forms would likely congregate here, adapting to the starkly different conditions. The biodiversity we cherish today would significantly diminish. Many species of flora and fauna would struggle to survive in the harsh conditions and eventually go extinct. Even the mighty elephants and swift cheetahs would find it challenging to adapt to the relentless onslaught of extreme weather and temperature. The aquatic life, too, wouldn't be spared. The oceans would become polar ice caps, and the marine life within them would freeze, leading to a massive decline in aquatic biodiversity. Now consider human civilization. Our societies are built around the Earth's predictable patterns. The cessation of Earth's rotation would dismantle these patterns, causing unprecedented chaos. Agriculture as we know it would be impossible, and finding food would become a daily struggle. Imagine living in perpetual darkness or relentless daylight, endlessly battling extreme temperatures. Our infrastructure, our livelihoods, and indeed our very survival would be at stake. The long-term impacts are not just about survival, but about the quality of life, the diversity of species, and the continuity of ecosystems. Life as we know it would be dramatically different, if not entirely impossible. To put everything into perspective, a sudden halt in Earth's spin would lead to immediate catastrophic effects, drastically reshaping our world. Geological upheaval and climatic changes would follow, transforming the Earth's landscapes and weather patterns. Over time, life as we know it would experience significant changes, possibly leading to new adaptations or even extinction. So, next time you find yourself wondering about this, remember, our spinning Earth is much more crucial to our existence than we might realize.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. That's all for Nifty Narrations.